This is the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
You're inside Jamaica Magazine.
Encouraging the information flow, sharing the news and views you need to know.
We are building an informed Jamaica every day.
Listening to what you say.
Hi there, it's Friday, November 13. Thanks so much for joining us on this edition of Jamaica Magazine. I am your host, Alison Watson. Coming up in today's package, Health Minister assures regional health authorities being adequately funded, event promoters to pay security deposit for mounting displays in the capital city, and Usain Bolt given diplomatic instruments of appointment. Later we'll have another fun, informative school zone. Stay with us, the news in detail after this important message.
Roxanne, how you look so?
Wait, expect. You know, I'm pregnant.
Well, the pregnancy not treat you right.
It's not really the pregnancy, you know. But from last night, I have a fever, my throat sore, I just feel awful.
Well, that don't sound right, Roxanne. It sounds to me like you need to go see a doctor immediately, especially with the H1N1 we're going.
When I just want regular flu, that's not nothing.
Regular flu? The flu, you know nothing for joke with, you know. Especially for you who are falling in the high risk category.
High risk category? What that?
Well, the ministry has stressed that pregnant women, persons with chronic illnesses such as asthma, obesity, diabetes, hypertension, and even children under 5 years should go to the doctor as soon as them start feel flu.
Why?
Because these persons are more at risk for serious illnesses or even death from the flu.
Death? I'm going to put on my clothes and go to the doctor right now.
You better do that.
For more information about influenza A H1N1, call toll-free 1-888-1-LOVE. That's 1-888-663-5683, or contact your parish health department. A message from the Ministry of Health, the Jamaica Information Service, the Voice of Jamaica, and the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO.
Now the news. Minister of Health Rudyard Spencer is assuring the public that regional health authorities, RHAs, are being adequately funded based on their approved budget. He points out that $24 billion was earmarked in the supplementary estimates of the budget for the regional health authorities and the University Hospital of the West Indies, the UHWI. As of October, the RHAs have received more than $10 billion, while the UHWI has gotten $1.79 billion. As it regards paying off outstanding liabilities to suppliers, Minister Spencer says the ministry had decided on an approach to pay bills that are owed for over 90 days first. These, he says, total more than $600 billion.
Our outstanding liabilities to suppliers amount to $1.6 billion, including $500 million from the previous financial year. Of this amount, over $700 million is owed for drugs and medical supplies. We cannot pay all of it at the same time, but we have worked with the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service to prioritize the payments.
Turning to other matters, the health minister has confirmed that the 990 blood bags for the National Blood Transfusion Service arrived in the island from Trinidad and Tobago yesterday. In the meantime, Minister Spencer says he has agreed to meet on a bi-monthly basis with the opposition spokesman on health, Dr. Fenton Ferguson, to discuss the various health issues affecting Jamaica. That was agreed to during a meeting between the two earlier this week.
The opposition spokesperson agreed that the user fees policy had increased access to health care and impacted positively on health-seeking behaviors. He admitted that the policy enabled the most vulnerable groups to access health care. He recommended that persons with the ability should pay, and he's asking us to review that aspect of the user fees.
Minister Spencer was speaking at a press conference yesterday. It's the first of a series of monthly press briefings planned by the ministry to update the media and, by extension, the nation on issues affecting the health sector. And still on health, Portfolio Minister Rudyard Spencer is appealing to persons to pay more attention to their health to prevent and control chronic illnesses. In his message to commemorate World Diabetes Day this Saturday, November 14, Minister Spencer points out that chronic diseases take about 3 million lives globally each year. The World Health Organization estimates that the number of people with diabetes worldwide could double to 260 million by 2030, with diabetes deaths likely to increase by more than 50% in the next 10 years if action is not taken to reverse this trend. Diabetes is at the top of the list of chronic non-communicable diseases affecting the Caribbean region, and in Jamaica, the proportion of patients admitted to hospital for diabetes stands at an average of 2.2%. The 2008 Healthy Lifestyle Survey indicates that there are approximately 150,000 Jamaicans with diabetes presently. Persons applying to the Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation, KCC, to mount display boards promoting events will now be required to make a security deposit of $50,000 as of December 1. That was announced by Kingston's Mayor, Councillor Desmond McKenzie, at the KCC's monthly meeting. He says this new regulation has become necessary as the corporation has been encountering problems with promoters advertising throughout the city without permission, leaving advertising boards up for extended periods following the events and not compensating the council when it removes the boards. The deposit is an addition to the regular advertisement fee. It can be recovered after the event, as persons will have 2 days following the event to remove advertising boards. Prime Minister Bruce Golding has congratulated the Caribbean Maritime Institute for its significant contribution to Jamaica. Mr. Golding was speaking at the institution's graduation ceremony, where 100 students graduated with qualifications ranging from diplomas to first degrees. With about 70% of the Jamaican labor force being unskilled, the Prime Minister lauds the institute's commitment to building a skilled labor force for not only Jamaica but also the rest of the world.
It's the other 30% who are producing at a level that has to make space to allow some of that 70% to find some kind of job. Even serving food in a restaurant is now going to require skills, because not anybody knows how to serve food properly. And that's why I think that this institute is playing such a critical role, because you are addressing the need for skills, particularly technical skills.
Prime Minister Golding also has some useful advice to young people whom he says should be studying for a life of careers. He laments the number of university graduates who are unable to find jobs.
Because when you were selecting your courses of study, you paid no attention to what is the market asking for. What kind of jobs will there be for the things that I am studying? The passport to getting a job is not simply getting a diploma that says you are now a bachelor's of whatever. It is acquiring the skills that are going to be marketable.
The Caribbean Maritime Institute is the region's Center for Excellence for Tertiary Maritime Education, Training, Research and Consultancy. Jamaicans are becoming more aware of the effects of climate change, but there is still a far way to go. That was outlined recently by Kareem Akins-Mitchell, the coordinator for the recently undertaken Community Climate Change Awareness and Adaptation Strategies project. The project involved a survey of persons living in 2 fishing and farming communities. Mrs. Akins-Mitchell says roughly 70% of those surveyed showed awareness of climate change and its effects on their lives and livelihoods.
In terms of the impacts for that section of the island, what we heard coming out most often is the drought situation and the unpredictability in rainfall patterns. And that they felt was leading to other issues relating to livelihood.
The respondents were drawn from Jamaica's coastal areas, which house 50% of the population and include 75% of the country's productive infrastructure. It was specifically located in the 4 communities of Darliston and White House in Westmoreland and Flagaman and Black River in St. Elizabeth. The study was sponsored to the tune of $25,000 by